Hey there, back for another video. This one's going to be shorter because I'll only be recommending 2 books, 1 comic, and maybe about 1 or 2 TV shows because I got this new phone. I'm trying to test out the quality of it. I just was filming a few pre-tests, or films, sorry for that stuttering. Anyways, on to the books I'm going to recommend. The first book I have to recommend today in my random recommendation series is I'm Not a Serial Killer by Dan Wells. This is actually a personal favorite book of mine. This book got me into reading. I wouldn't be reading so much books today if it weren't for this book. If you don't know, it's about a teen named John Cleaver. He's sociopathic, and there's a serial killer in this town. This book, I absolutely loved it. I found the main character very fascinating. I found the story interesting. I cared for the characters. This is probably one of the first things I've loved in a very, very long time. Overall, I would say if you want to read a book about serial killers with maybe a possible paranormal, I'm not going to say how that ties back to the story. You're just going to have to find that out for yourself. So yeah, overall, I would highly, highly recommend this book. Although the last 3 books, this was originally a trilogy, by the way, aren't as great as, say, this book is, but overall, highly recommend. I absolutely love this book. As you can see, it's kind of worn and torn because I've read this so many times. The next book I'll say I have to recommend is Antidressed in Blood by Ken Arplik. You probably saw this in my February wrap-up. I overall really enjoyed this duology. If you don't know, it's about a kid named Theseus Cassius Lowwood, I'm pretty sure. He goes by Cass. He goes to Canada with his witch mom, and he's going to go to this house to kill Anna dressed in blood. Saying there's this legend that where he kills one in sight. Sorry for the little stutter. I don't know how to properly edit. And something happens and she does not kill him, and he wants to know why. Overall, while yes, there's some parts that may be a little unnecessary to this, I would say overall, this was a pretty good book duology that I would highly recommend. You might even want to binge, although maybe not binge. I think you could perfectly binge this, because it's only 2 books long. It's not like your stereotypical trilogy. The series is wrapped up in 2 books, and you could perfectly find that out. The next is a TV show that I want to talk about, and I might do a review on it, and it's called Blackstone. Blackstone is basically about this fictional Indian reservation in Canada. It's mostly a crime drama because there's a lot of crime going on and also some political intrigue. I just recently finished season 4, and I'm about to finish season 5, which is why I might do a review on it, because I maybe want to get my thoughts out, maybe a spoiler part of the video where I can talk spoilers, or maybe just do it completely spoiler free, because I don't think too many people have seen this show, and I only think people maybe in Canada would only watch that video, or people who have watched the show. But I would overall say, yes, watch Blackstone, because it is very, very good. Does it have its problems? Yes. Is there some things that are necessary? Totally. But overall, it's a really good show that I would highly, highly, highly recommend. The next thing I have to recommend, and I don't physically own a copy of it, and due to the fact that I don't have a phone here, my mom has actually disconnected one phone from my service, I'm not going to show a picture of it, and I'm not going to edit it, although I could try to edit it later on. It's a comic series called Bedlam. It's written by Nick Spencer. The first comic is illustrated, the first volume is illustrated by Riley something, I'm pretty sure, and that doesn't matter. The 2 volumes are illustrated by 2 different guys. Basically, this comic series is about a kind of former serial killer. It's a little confusing in the first volume, but he ends up kind of teaming up with a detective named Ramir Acevedo. Sorry for that stuttering again. I hopefully will learn how to edit in the future. But basically, it's about him and her trying to solve a serial killer, and it's really crazy, wild, fun. I definitely really enjoyed this comic series. Although the ending does feel a little kind of not necessarily a big ending. It's fine, but it kind of leads to the fact that there could be more. But I would say you end off fine, but not the best. I would say you should probably read some of Nick Spencer's earlier series, such as Forgetless or Morning Glories that he did before this. But overall, this is a really enjoyable comic series that is really crazy and just, I would overall highly recommend that comic series. Another TV show I have to talk about is this German one I finished watching about, I would say, a month ago. I watched this last month. It's a show called Dark. You probably heard of it by now. It's this kind of sci-fi show involving and sci-fi element that I don't want to say because it happens at the end of the second episode, and that would be kind of spoiling you for it, so I'd rather not go into that detail. Basically, it's about a kid named Jonas. He's recently got out of a mental hospital in Germany, and he and some friends go to this cave and something happens. A friend of his brother goes missing, and these are some details that I would say you find in the first episode, but there was a lot ahead of you, and it's got room for a second season. I cannot wait to see where this story goes, because I do like the show. I don't say I highly recommend it. I recommend it. It's a good show, but I don't know. I just wasn't necessarily all that invested in the show, but it is good. And, oh, wait, note. Watch with subtitles, because when I watched the percent for the first episode the first time, it went automatically to dubbed, and it was awful, awful, awful. Don't watch any dubbed versions of foreign live-action movies or TV shows. Just don't. And, like, if you have, like, a Windows phone, there's a thing in the corner that, like, looks like a speech bubble. Click that. That's the audio. If you have anything else, like, go, like, maybe I would say click, maybe pause, but could pause if there's anything that, like, looks like some sort of little speech bubble or type of text bubble. Click that, or go to your settings on Netflix. Look for the subtitles or audio, whatever. Click the original German audio and click subtitles, because don't watch the dub. Just go with sub. While it can be maybe a little hard for you to figure that out, just watch the sub version. It's way much better. It's way much better, by the way. That's my little test video. Sorry if I was a little stuttering and such. I need to learn how to edit, seriously. And yeah, that's my test video for my random recommendations too, so bye!